Hello, my name is Joshua Roth, and I am the museum site administrator of the Pennsylvania Lumber Museum. Our museum is located in Potter County, Pennsylvania, which is in the north central part of the state, and we are a facility that is administered by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. That is the government agency, part of our state government, that collects, safeguards, and interprets Pennsylvania's history. The Lumber Museum consists of this main exhibit gallery and a variety of buildings and exhibits outside in an open-air environment. In a typical year, the Pennsylvania Lumber Museum will welcome about 15,000 visitors to the site. We also conduct a major special event for visitors about once every month. Many of our yearly visitors come here on tours with their school, taking an educational field trip. We'll typically have between 800 and 1,000 students visit the museum over the course of the year. My job at the Lumber Museum involves the oversight of all aspects of management of the site. I have 3 other employees under me, as well as a whole group of volunteers that assist in the operation of the site. Some of my job at the museum is administrative. So I create and maintain records for the museum. I follow budgets, create them, and make purchases based upon our needs. And I also supervise and provide evaluation of our museum staff. I provide tours of our exhibit gallery to visitors and school children. I help to create and administer educational programming and events. And I participate in community outreach, taking the educational mission of the museum outside of these 4 walls and into the surrounding community. Another aspect of my job as museum site administrator is curatorial, and that is caring for our collections. We have thousands and thousands of 3-dimensional objects. We also have boxes of archival documents and photographs. Part of the curation of those is making sure that they are properly cared for, housed and stored, and also inventoried, so we know exactly what we have in our collection. We have a wide variety of special events at the museum every year, and some of my favorites are our opportunities to run the steam-powered circular sawmill that we have on site. We don't just talk about the harvesting of Pennsylvania's forests for lumber, we also talk about the conservation and restoration of it. One of the programs that we highlight is the Civilian Conservation Corps, or the CCC. I became interested in history as a young person, largely through my grandfather. He would take us for family walks and outings to different places around the community where we lived, and talk about the history of it, both his personal history growing up in the area earlier in the century, and also the larger history of how these places came into being. I was fortunate enough to be able to take some advanced history courses while I was still in high school. And when the time came after graduation, I decided to go to college to get my degree in anthropology and archaeology with a history option. I worked for 15 years as a professional archaeologist and historian prior to coming here to the Lumber Museum, which gave me a wealth of experience in researching and excavating all aspects of American history. I worked all over the United States and lots of different places around the world. If you think you might be interested in a career in history or museum studies or archaeology, you're probably going to have to go for at least a 4-year college degree. Many of my peers in the field have their master's degree or doctorate degree as well, which is another 2 to 4 years of education. One thing you can do right now is start to investigate the history of your own family and the community that you live in. If you simply ask questions of your parents or grandparents or other older people in your family, friends and neighbors, I'm sure you'll be able to find out all sorts of interesting information about who you are where you come from and the place that you live. That's essentially what a historian does. We look at the past, we record it, interpret it, and try and learn from it so that we can make better and more informed decisions as we move forward into the future. I've included my contact information with this video. If anyone has any questions about what it's like to be a history or museum professional, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to talk and answer any questions that you have. My email is usually the best way to get in touch with me. Thanks for listening, and I hope if you're interested in history, you'll learn something from this video. Bye.